Alrighty, we are still on Act 1. We're going to finish it up today, starting with Scene 4 on page 302. And of course, I am playing the play as loud as I can, so you just need to try to hear as best as you can. Here is King Duncan with a couple of his friends and a son.
His execution done on Cawdor, are not those in commission yet returned?
Your Majesty, my father, they are not yet come back. But I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your Highness's pardon, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owed as 'twere a careless trifle.
So Malcolm, of course, is one of the sons, a prince, right, of King Duncan. And Cawdor is definitely dead. We didn't see it, but we heard about it. And if you look at the Macbeth body count poster in my room, you'll see him on there.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust.
I need Your Highness.
Really, Duncan is pretty nice. He doesn't cuss out Cawdor. He says, he was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. So we know Duncan is a kindly, sort of a nice, sweet king.
Macbeth, Banquo.
Your Highness.
O worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Macbeth, you are so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake you. Would you had less deserved that the proportion both of thanks and payment might have been mine? Only I have left to say, more is your due more than all can pay.
Well, the service and loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state.
Children, Macbeth.
And servants, which do but what they should by doing everything safe toward your love and honor.
So Macbeth is like, hey, I support you. I was just doing my job. They're kind of loving on each other right now.
Worthy Cawdor, welcome hither. I have begun to plant you and will labor to make you full of growing. Noble Banquo, you have no less deserved nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold you and hold you to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Oh, sons, kinsmen, thanes, and you whose places are nearest, know, we will establish our estate upon our eldest Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland.
All right, so this is officially naming his son Malcolm the Prince of Cumberland. And if you think about it, Macbeth, right, he's been told he's going to be king. Well, now there's King Duncan, but then there's also Malcolm in front of him. So he's kind of going down the list of who's going to be king before he will be.
And our heir,
Father.
which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, your castle Macbeth, and bind us further to you.
The rest is labor, which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor, I bend forward.
Now Macbeth has an aside, which means he speaks to himself so the audience knows his mind.
Malcolm, the Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies.
So what he says is a step on which I must fall down or overleap. There's another person in my way before I can be king, is what he thinks.
Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep deep desires. The eye wink at the hand. Yet let that be, which the eye fears when 'tis done to see.
All right, he has a little bit of worry here. He's like, oh, I really want to be king, but I need to hide my face in the dark of night, keep it out of sight. I did not mean to rhyme that. He's like, hide your fires, let not light see my black and deep desires. So deep down, he's admitting he wants to be king, and he's a little frustrated at the idea that Malcolm has been named Prince of Cumberland.
True were the banquo, Macbeth is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman. Come, my sons and gentlemen, to horse!
All right, that's another thing that shows how wonderful the king is. He's like, you guys are such good warriors and you're such good friends, and I just love everybody. He's just a very thankful king. Scene 5.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report that they have more in them than mortal knowledge.
So this is the letter that Macbeth has written his wife, and it got there before he did, and is telling her about his experience with the witches. So she reads it aloud, and then, of course, as she reads, we hear Macbeth's voice kind of overtake it because she's thinking of it as him in her mind.
When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they
vanished. While I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail, King that shall be. This have I thought good to deliver to you,
my dearest partner of greatness, that you might not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised you. Lay it to your heart and farewell.
So he's like, yeah, this is what they told me, and then I was Thane of Cawdor, that came true, and they said I was going to be king, and I just wanted to let you know, because if I'm king, that makes you queen, and this is so exciting. Now, the rest of this is a soliloquy. A soliloquy is when characters on stage by themselves, and they are speaking aloud. It's a little different than an aside, because an aside is supposed to be more like internal thoughts, and a soliloquy is them talking to themselves out loud. So here she is thinking about this letter and thinking about her husband Macbeth.
Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shall be what you are promised.
In other words, you will be king too.
Yet do I fear your nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way.
So she says, he's a beast on the battlefield, but he's a lover, not a fighter, and he won't kill Duncan and or Malcolm in order to be king. She knows this about her husband. He's very honorable.
You would be great, are not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it.
In other words, you have the ambition, you want to be king, but you're not willing to do anything in order to be king.
What you would highly, that would you holily, would not play false, and yet would wrongly win. You'd have great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishes it should be undone.
Now this next part, this last part before a messenger comes in, is all about how she needs to light a fire under her husband to get him to move forward with becoming the king.
Hasten you home, that I may pour my spirits in your ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes you from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have you crowned withal.
My lady,
Seaton, what is your tidings?
King Duncan comes here tonight.
You are mad to say it. Is not your master with him? Who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true, our Thane Macbeth is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more than would make up this message.
Give him tending. He brings great news.
Milady, I will.
The raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements.
All right, this next part is really disturbing, but she asks sort of the spirits, or not necessarily God, but, you know, the powers that be, whatever those are, to make the womanly part of herself disappear so she can put this manly action into her husband.
Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pull thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold.
My dearest love.
Great Glamis.
So all of that was like, make my womanly self disappear and fill me with the dastardly deeds that I need to be able to do to get my husband to kill the king, basically. Now here comes Macbeth.
Worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all hail hereafter. Your letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see.
Ooh, so she says, oh, Duncan's coming tonight? He's not going to live to see tomorrow.
Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it.
So she says, you know what? Every thought that passes your mind is seen on your face. You need to get a better poker face. So, you know, you need to get your face right so people don't know what you're thinking about.
He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will.
So she says, look, you need to, I know you're not going to kill him, so let me take care of that. I will kill him, but you need to not let people know by every thought that crosses your face.
Speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear.
You know, Lady Macbeth says, you know, I'll do this, and Macbeth says, we will speak further. He's not 100% on board with this yet. Yeah. So scene 6, of course, is the king and Banquo and some other people who have just come up to Macbeth's castle because they're there for a big party celebrating the fact that they've won wars and defeated the Norwegians, and that Macbeth has been made Thane of Cawdor.
Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant scene. Here nimbly and sweetly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, the temple-haunting martlet, does approve by his loved mansionry that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here.
I think it's ironic that the king says, "Oh, it's so great. This is such a beautiful place, and it's gentle on my senses." And if he only knew that they were getting ready to kill him.
No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor corner of vantage, but this bird has made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. Where they most breed and haunt, I have observed, the air is delicate.
See, our honored hostess.
Your Majesty.
The love that follows us sometime is our trouble, which still we think is love. Herein I teach you how you shall bid God reward us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
Again, ironic. How are you going to thank us for your trouble? Yeah, she's going to kill you, bud.
All our service and every point twice done, and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against those honors deep and broad, wherewith your Majesty loads our house. For those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, has helped him to his home before us.
Aye.
Dismount! Ever noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves and what is theirs in count, to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to my host. We love him highly, and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
And of course, this is just so horrible because the king's like, "Oh, take me to your husband. I love him so much." And if he only knew what was going to happen. All right, we're on scene 7, the last one of this act, page 306. Inside the castle, Macbeth is trying to hype himself up and decide whether he can go through with killing the king or not.
For 'twere done when 'tis done, and 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, but that this blow might be the be-all and end-all here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time, we jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips.
So he's like, if I could do it, then I just need to do it now because he's here. And now's my chance to do it. But what if things go wrong? What if people find out I did it? What if I bring ruin onto myself? So he is trying to think logically of the consequences that might happen if he does this.
He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself.
So he's like, not only that, but, King Duncan is here as my guest and as my leader, right? So he trusts me because I'm his host, but also because I am a leader.
Besides, this Duncan has borne his faculties so meek, has been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued, against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity, like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubims, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind.
So not only that, but if he kills the king, everybody loves him so much, they're going to be super, super mad, and they're going to want to find out exactly who did it after they finish crying.
I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent.
Here is sort of a horse-related imagery. I have no spur, right, to prick the sides of my intent. So often, and if you know anything about rodeos or just... I was going to say riding around horses, you know that if you use the spur to kick the side of the horse, they go faster because it hurts. So he says, I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent. In other words, I really don't have a way to make me really want to do this. I just don't want to do this.
But only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself, falls on the other
My lord,
How now, what news?
he has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Has he asked for me?
No, you not, he has.
We will proceed no farther in this business. He has honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
So he's like, you know what? I've decided we are not killing Duncan, not yet, because I just became Thane of Cawdor, so I should enjoy that before I have to become king. And Lady Macbeth, oh, she is something.
Was the hoe drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Has it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account your love. Are you afeard to be the same in your own act and valor as you are in desire? Would you have that which you esteem the ornament of life, and live a coward in your own esteem? Letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage.
So she shames him. She's like, you know, are you a man or a mouse? What's wrong with you? Why can't you just do what you need to do? She's trying to really talk him into it.
Peace. I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
He's like, don't call me, you know, not a man. I am a man. But then Lady Macbeth comes right back at him.
Oh, what beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you dared do it, then you were a man. And
You're a man? You need to prove it. You need to kill him, and then you'll be a man.
to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. No time nor place would then adhere, and yet you would make both. They'd have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and
Okay, this next part is really awful. Lady Macbeth talks about how she has breastfed her children. That was the I have given suck. And listen to what she says she would be willing to do in order to become king.
know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to...
Okay, she's a great mom. She's like, look, even though I'm a mom and I've breastfed my children, and I could look down at my son's smiling face and dash his brains against the wall if I had so sworn as you have done to this. So she kind of makes it seem like, well, you agreed to do to this. You agreed to kill him. You need to follow through.
This.
If we should fail,
We fail? But screw your courage to the sticking place, and we'll not fail.
That's a famous line.
When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only, when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
So she says, look, I'll get the guards drunk, and then we'll be able to kill him, and we'll be able to blame it on the guards. So we're not going to get in trouble of this.
bring forth men, children only. For your undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber and used their very daggers that they had done it?
Who dares receive it other? As we shall make our griefs and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
Here he kind of gives himself his own advice and gives that advice that Lady Macbeth gave to him back to her. So first he says, bring forth men and children only, because you are as tough as any guy I know. And she says, okay, well, then that's what we'll do. We will kill him and blame the guards. And so Macbeth says, okay, well, go, don't let it look like we're going to be doing anything bad. Just go and be happy and talk to people. False face must hide what the false heart doth know. And that ends Act 1, which is really all the exposition that we need to know in order for Act 2, which is all of the rising action that happens.